Well, good morning. Welcome to another day that I'll be in the barn. It's been a while since I've been out here. Went on vacation for a little bit. I made some video of it, but I didn't know if you guys wanted to see it because not everybody gets a vacation. I'm retired. Went down to a Bronco Fest down in Tennessee. Saw a lot of cool Broncos, but I didn't see any like Broncenstein. So plan on next year taking Broncenstein down there. And my wife bought a new Bronco Sport, so we're gonna take them both down there next year. Anyways, today, since I'm back in here, I'm gonna try and get my rear end centered. I'm starting out with the front end to get the center line up front. I can shine my laser level a buddy gave me to the back of the car and hopefully find the center back there. I'll show you what I got. These aren't the best levels in the world, but they're not bad. I don't even know if you can see the line on the front of this bumper here. Actually, it's not the bumper, but let me zoom it in and see if it shows up. I think it kind of shows up, I'm colorblind, I'm going to say a bluish color right here. Yeah, that's the laser line, alright. It's actually red or orange. You can see it on my finger right there. The center point between the frame rails. I measured the distance between the frame rails on the outside here, and it was 30 3/8, so half of that's 15 3/16. So I took and put a little mark here at 15 3/16. So now I'm trying to get this figured out to, I got this all level now. I'm going to try and figure out how to make it point down or be low enough to shine up here and get a spot on the floor. Actually, if I could lock it in here, I think I have an adapter that goes in here that will point straight down. So I think maybe I'll try that first. Alright, I got that right there. Make sure I'm right on the line, right on the dot right there. Alright, I got this handy adapter right here that I can stick in the end of it. It's got a hole right there so it'll point straight down to the floor, and in that case you see the dot right there. Try to look underneath the level here without sticking my eye in the hole. Make sure I'm lined up straight. Looks like it's going straight down to me. Maybe just a little bit this way. About right there. I'm going to take my Sharpie and put a mark on the floor right there. See if we can see the dot down there. If I had a green laser, it'd probably show up better. But you cannot see the dot on the floor through the camera. Anyway, I'll show it to you when I mark it. It is right there. I see the dot now. It's right there at the tip of my pin. Right there. Right there. See it on my pin? I put a mark on the floor right there. Alright, good morning. It's good to be back in the barn. I haven't been out here in a while. Today I'm going to get the rear end moved over an inch, so that everything will be lined up. It'll be square to the frame, the transmission, so I can get the springs welded on, get the pinion angle in there. Not the springs welded on, the spring pads, get the pinion angle, and also make the drive shaft for it. So I'm gonna get doing that. I don't know if my camera gets down low enough to see what's going on, but we'll see. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, I'll show you what I got going on first, and then I'll show you what happens after. Alright, see that soapstone mark right there, that little white spot? That's how far I got to move over the spring pad to the left. The outside of the spring pad is going to go right there on the line, and then over on the other side, oh, there we go, the outside of the spring pad on that side is going to the left. Which will bring everything over 1 inch. Got a couple tacks on the front of the driver's side spring pad I got to cut off after I take the shackle bolts out, so I can get in there and take them off, grind them off, and then I'll lift the body up with the cherry picker. I'll hook it back here to the hitch, pick up the back, slide the axle over, set it back down, make sure all of my measurements are still in the right place. It's 25 inches back from the body mount on each side, and that gives me my straightness of the axle towards the front. And when I move it over that 1 inch, everything's going to be in line, and then I can make the drive shaft. So let's get to her. First thing I'm going to do is get the rear end up on jack stand, so hopefully when I pick the body up, it'll help me to be able to slide the axle over. I don't have to go too high. Probably right about there. Maybe one more click. Perfect. Well, I don't know how that happened, but that's right back where it started from. Okay, I got the pinion angle set. I got the leaf springs and the leaf spring U-bolts on. I got to cut off the shock mounts so that I can put them in a different position. I'm getting ready to make the drive shaft, the rear drive shaft. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. Then I'll get the shock mounts cut off and put where I want them, and then I can figure out how big of shocks I need for this thing. Moving right along. After I get that done, I'm going to get my gas tank in here, see if this fuel pump I have will work in it. If it won't, then I'm probably going to buy an inline fuel pump. But then I'll get the gas tank mounted after I pull off this little Reese hitch that's on here and put the one off the F-150 on here.